The drama on the internet is out of control. Just when it seemed impossible for the tension between Jasmine, Kirk, Rasheeda, and, to get much worse, bang. The biggest revelation of the year was made by Rasheeda. In a startling turn of events no one anticipated. Fans are calling the private footage of Jasmine and Kirk that Rasheeda posted unbelievable, savage, and relationship-ending. Indeed, that Jasmine is the same woman that had a child with Rasheeda's husband in the past. The same Jasmine who has been attempting to sneak back into the public eye is now embroiled in an absurd scandal. This is changing everything, according to fans worldwide. It all started with what appeared to be a light-hearted clap back on Rasheeda's Instagram account. However, fans quickly discovered it wasn't simply shade. It was a full-fledged bomb drop. The video was too personal, intimate, and blurry. The stomp is the worst part. This was a recent event rather than a throwback. Social media erupted too recently. Justice, according to Rasheeda's supporters. Fans of Jasmine were devastated, perplexed, and even furious. Rasheeda was also attacked by several spectators, who described her actions as careless, intrusive, and out of bounds. Rasheeda, however, remained unflinching. "You wanted attention, you got it," she captioned her post. "For the camera, smile. Kirk, keep quiet." Snorts, no statement, no denial, simply a complete shutdown of social media. However, Jasmine was also not keeping silent. Perhaps even more stunning than the leak itself was her return. She promised to fight back after accusing Rasheeda of violating boundaries, hacking, and setting her up. What, then, caused all of this chaos? Why did Rasheeda decide to go nuclear? Is this just a retaliator? Is there something even more sinister going on behind the scenes? It all began in silence on a muggy Wednesday afternoon. On Rasheeda's Instagram, fans spotted something odd. A little video shows her drinking wine with the lyrics, "A storm's coming and she asked for it." At first, it appeared to be a standard barb, perhaps directed at Jasmine's normal drama, but hours later, the internet went crazy. A hazy 14-second video that was clearly real but was captured from a shaky phone appeared. Kirk, you could hear. Fans couldn't take their eyes off of something so personal that you could hear Jasmine smiling and chatting. It was no longer conjecture. It was indisputable. No one can explain away the kind of proof. The video went viral right away. Every second, TikTokers were examined. #Kirkadadigan was trending on Twitter. Relationship breakdowns were already being compiled by YouTubers. Rasheeda removed the video, but it was too late. There were screen recordings all over the place. Then Rasheeda performed live, her hair pulled back, her eyes blazing, her voice cold. "I said nothing." The fans were shocked. "I tried to grow, but Jasmine kept testing me. KEPT poked me in interviews, playing the victim. Well, if you want mess, let's make a mess." Was she verifying that the leak was deliberate? The expression in her eyes spoke louder than words. This was not a coincidence. This was computed. It was a war. Everything makes sense when you reflect on the last few weeks. Jasmine has been increasing her online visibility, tweeting about unresolved matters, and teasing cryptic remarks as if the truth were always revealed. According to several admirers, Jasmine was preparing a candid YouTube video about her relationship with Kirk, including current information. According to an acquaintance, Jasmine even told friends that she and Kirk continued to communicate and occasionally got together. Up until now, nobody took it seriously. Conversely, Kirk was portraying himself as a family man, sharing with Rasheeda and the children, and pretending that everything was good. However, this video destroyed that delusion. Fans witnessed a man who remained completely unchanged, and it didn't end there. Jasmine clapped back an hour after Rasheeda's live performance. From what appeared to be her restroom, she also went live. Despite her emotions, she remained calm. She said, "So, this is what we're doing now. You're upset because the truth won't remain a secret. You really went too far, Rasheeda. You wish to divulge private information. Do you wish to get filthy? 1. Nice. Go ahead and play. She said that she was unaware that she was being filmed. She claimed that it wasn't her phone and that she had never granted anyone permission to share anything. My legal staff is already working on it, and believe me, that's a crime. Supporters were divided. Rasheeda went too far, according to several who supported Jasmine. Rasheeda was praised by others for using fire to combat fire. One comment summed everything up. Jasmine nudged the queen. This is what takes place. However, more in-depth queries began to surface. Why right now? What does this signify for Kirk and Rasheeda's already precarious marriage? Things had been tense for weeks, according to those close to the couple. According to reports, they were in therapy attempting to rebuild, but they were not making much headway. According to one source, Rasheeda was worn out and fed up with the false promises, lies, and music. She was devastated to learn that Kirk had reconciled with Jasmine. That was it. It seems that she had discovered messages on Kirk's old phone. Messages indicating that Jasmine and I have met several times in the last year. One even made reference to the night that fans thought the video was shot. The source said it broke her. He remained unchanged despite all the turmoil, therapy, and public suffering. She reached her limit. Fans questioned why she would leak the footage now if she had it. A rumored contract may hold the key to the solution. Jasmine just inked a contract with a streaming service to create a documentary series on her life, which will include her relationship with Kirk. Rasheeda took action after learning about. She allegedly told a pal, if she's telling the story, I'll tell it better. I'll also bring receipts. Kirk said nothing. Nothing, no posts, no responses, nothing. His silence was referred to many fans as a self-confession. Some people thought he concealed the footage even though he was always aware of its existence. One admirer wrote that he didn't think it would come up, but karma never fails. The following shockwave arrived after. Jasmine posted a screen grab of a court order titled Cease, Music, and Desist addressed to Rasheeda. Accusations of slander and invasion of privacy. You wanted war, she wrote in her caption. With an old picture of Jasmine and Kirk, Rasheeda clapped back, saying, here it is. Hope you got your lawyer ready. Don't threaten me with documents when you were thirsty for the camera, was the wording that was superimposed. After that, something unexpected occurred. In a now-deleted Facebook tirade, Jasmine's mother joined the fray. She charged Rasheeda with being envious, fixated, and unable of acknowledging that Kirk consistently returns to Jasmine. She's bitter, the post said. This rekindled the fire, she knows Kirk still wants my daughter. That's why she's always acting out. A family battleground had replaced the three-person feud. The story changed from being only a scandal to something much more profound about survival, betrayal, motherhood, legacy, and respect. And just when it seemed like all had been revealed, a second, lengthier video with crystal-clear audio leaked. Kirk's words in that video could be the last straw. With no warning and no mercy, the second video became viral on the internet. Even though it only lasted 26 seconds, or less than 30 seconds, it completely destroyed whatever remaining faith that supporters had in Kirk Frost. Uploaded anonymously to a gossip blog's Telegram channel, where it was quickly picked up by Hollywood Unlocked and Shade Room. In the video, Kirk was seen sitting next to Jasmine on a couch with his shirt off and a glass in his hand. He was whispering something that no one expected to hear, but once they did, they could never unhear it. I never stopped loving you, Jazz. Kirk's voice was low and clear, sounding almost like a confession he didn't mean for anyone but her to hear. I don't feel the same way about Rasheeda as you do. Never did. Boom. Fans went completely crazy over just one line. Twitter went crazy. Comments on Instagram became battlegrounds. People were no longer even sure who was to blame. Rasheeda for finally losing it and going full scorched earth, Jasmine for amusing it, or Kirk for being the emotional manipulator he's always been. But don't misunderstand, this was a betrayal on the level of scorched earth. Rasheeda also didn't keep quiet, exactly like previously. She posted a dark screen to her account with just 5 lines, "So this is who you are," within an hour of the second video leak. Her sadness was immediately apparent. Fans realized that Jasmine was no longer the only focus of this. This song was about years of deceit, lies, cover-ups, phony apologies, and public humiliation too coming to an end in a single, intense moment of disclosure. According to sources, the atmosphere was radioactive back at the Frost home, or what was left of it. Kirk is said to have been shut out of the house that evening by Rasheeda. Rasheeda cried out, "I begged you to be honest," according to an individual who was allegedly close to the couple's inner circle. "You humiliated me on national television and you still, music, did it again. I gave you chance after chance." Kirk reportedly attempted to defend himself by claiming that the tape was outdated, that it had been altered, and that Jasmine was attempting to ruin their family, but Rasheeda would not have it. "Stop blaming her," she reportedly yelled. "You may lie to the internet, but you can't lie to me. This was you. This was your voice. That was your hand on her thigh." The consequences spread swiftly. Family members started contributing. Jasmine's friend Kia shared laughing emojis on her Facebook with the description, "This the Rasheeda y'all praised." Rasheeda's cousin Nikki shared a mysterious quotation, saying, "Sometimes, the trash takes itself out." Miss Boss Chick was performed once more. The love and hip-hop community was rocked by the earthquake. Former cast members also offered their opinions. Carly Red wrote, "You're cold," in a blog post. "That video ain't blurry enough." Mama D, who never holds back, went live and said, "I told y'all Kirk been trash. Rasheeda better take her power back and maybe her store, too," while she at it. However, the most unexpected turn of came next. At last, Kirk spoke up. The following morning, he appeared worn out, slumped, in a chair, wearing a sweatshirt, and hardly able to look the camera in the eye when he went live on Instagram. "I made mistakes," he said in a hushed but shaky voice. "Throughout my life, I have committed numerous mistakes. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm innocent because I wounded my wife and my family. And I apologize for that." However, the apology was insufficient. Save it. Too little, too late. "You weren't sorry when the camera was off," was one of the many comments left by fans right away. Kirk attempted to clarify, but one even said, "How are you still breathing after saying Rasheeda never made you feel like Jasmine? Bro, go into hiding." He said he hadn't been engaged with Jasmine in a long time and that the video was recorded without his knowledge during a difficult period. However, neither Rasheeda nor the fans were buying it. Because Rasheeda played one last card just when Kirk thought the worst had passed. Her own video was released, although it wasn't dramatic this time. It has to do with reality. She addressed the camera while sitting in her living room with tears in her eyes and no makeup. "I want y'all to hear it from me. No script, no edits, just the truth," she said. "I cherished Kirk. I created businesses with him, I raised children, I stayed when others encouraged me to go, and I forgave him after things no woman should ever have to forgive. This is how he repays me for giving him years of my life by telling another lady once more that he never loved me." The anguish in her voice broke through the screen. She wasn't shouting or acting dramatic. "I wanted you to see the real Kirk, not the edited version, so I shared that video because I was tired of her being damaged. Not the family man he tries to post. I wanted the truth to come out, even if it hurts. Even if it ruins everything." Then she stated something that fans weren't prepared to hear. People gasped when they heard the words, "I'm done. I'm filing for divorce." Rasheeda, the woman who supported Kirk through every storm, scandal, and side chick, was finally leaving, and you could almost feel the collective gasp on social media. Within minutes, #WestonWithRasheeda was trending. Fans flooded her comments with support, calling her brave, strong, and finally free. Celebrities like Yandy Smith, Toya Johnson, Candy Burris, and offered messages of love and support, but even as Rasheeda entered her reality, the internet couldn't help but wonder, what now? My Truth. What really happened with Kirk is the title of the upcoming YouTube video that Jasmine, ever the wildcard, posted a preview for. The text reads, "You only saw half the story," and the thumbnail features her grinning while seated on a couch. Fans are now waiting impatiently for Jasmine to reveal the truth. Will she be more forthcoming? Rasheeda's suffering is genuine. The treachery is unadulterated, and the family is ripped apart once more. Does she have more footage? And 3. Possibly the saddest question of all, was Kirk telling the truth when he stated he still loved Jasmine? The internet was still rocking too, days after Rasheeda's raw and emotional video announcing her intention to divorce Kirk, and fans weren't just reacting, they were mourning. However, the saga is far from over. As the internet started to digest the impact from the breakup of what was previously thought to be one of love and hip-hop's most enduring power couples, Jasmine struck again, this time with receipts titled "My Truth: What Really Happened with Kirk." Jasmine's 18-minute YouTube confession premiered live to over 300,000 viewers in the first hour. Dressed in soft lighting and a silk robe, not too glam, not too casual, Jasmine looked dead into the camera with a quiet fury simmering beneath her calm voice. You've all heard Rasheeda's side. Here's mine now. I'll own the part 1 played back then, but don't get it twisted, she added, acknowledging the hurt she had caused Rasheeda in the past. The first few minutes of her speech were emotional. I didn't stir the pot this time. Then came the shocking revelation. Jasmine took out her phone, scrolled through, and turned the screen to the camera, revealing voicemails, location tags, screenshots, and texts purportedly from Kirk, some of which were as recent as last month. He wrote, "Can't stop thinking about you," in one text. "Can we have a conversation? Just one-on-one. Nothing dramatic." In another, "She has already checked out. You're the only one who understands me." The live chat went crazy, with comments like "Oh, wow" pouring in. "He has been portraying Rasheeda. This guy's music is garbage." Then a voice message appeared, and it was clearly Kirk. "Jazz, I can't lie," he said, using his gravelly tone and the weary sigh that he always puts out when he's trying to seem regretful. "There is a part of me that wishes things were different. I sometimes wonder what life would be like if we had just met. I have no regrets about our son. I wish we had more time, but I'm not sure. So before y'all come for me, ask yourself if a man is whispering this in your ear while pretending to be a changed man for TV," Jasmine remarked after pausing the recording and taking a breath. "How would you respond?" It wasn't the end. Rasheeda, according to Jasmine, had been aware of the reignited contact for some time. She said Rasheeda made the decision to remain silent, even though attempted to deal with it off the grid. However, Rasheeda lost control of the story when Jasmine began recording her YouTube documentary and Kirk started disappearing once more. According to Jasmine, she didn't disclose that video while she was out of power. Fearfully, she leaked it. Fear that her will be seen as weak by the truth. That you would condemn her for continuing to live with him. She then said the line that caused the internet to explode. "This time, I wasn't the side chick. The hidden primary was me." Fans were unsure of whom to support, for or whom to believe by this point. Jasmine's truth, according to Team Rasheeda, was really a desperate diversion. A power grab to portray herself as the victim. However, Jasmine's squad struck back just as forcefully, saying Rasheeda had become the same bully she had used to overcome. Kirk's reputation, meanwhile, was completely collapsing. On TikTok, several women from his past started to reappear and share DMIs,